$8,000 kilobits per second is lower than the recommended bitrate for the live stream? What? I could do more, but geez, that's a lot. I would think that it would be less than the recommended. Okay, all right. I'm gonna leave that alone. This is an old piece anyway. This is an old piece of artwork, so as you already know, oh, you may not already know, but it's fine. All right, let's post this live stream. I'm gonna say 6 hours or more, but even though it's gonna be probably less than that. Oh no, wrong link. Oh, that's gonna post on the Twitter. That sucks. It really does suck. All right, whatever. Let's post it. I think one place is fine, but you know what? Why not? I will post it here as well. This place is really unusable. Like, how do you get to your journals in this? How do you do that? Oh, here we are. Can I post a new journal? Of course not. Still posting stuff, so yeah, 10 seconds. 30 seconds. Okay, everything's posted. I think the live stream's working well, so let's get to it. Despite the fact that this is YouTube and not Picardo, so you already know it's not going to be good. At least not yet. It's not going to be perfect. All right, I'm still working out the kinks since I'm not using streamables, so I don't freaking know where anything is. This is great. Okay, so I gotta get rid of this browser, and voila, everything is back kind of just sort of the way it should have been. Photoshop, yes. Thank you. Alright, I've done it. Mr. Ming. Oh, I'm so glad that you were thinking about me. As you can clearly see, I am kind of wearing a mask today, if you can call it that. Just kind of like not letting things get to me. Which is, you know, it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. I can't really tell what method I was using for this. It looks like I was using solid black lines, and then I was going to change it later on. This was like months ago, so I'm not too certain what I was trying to do when it came to working on this one, but hey, whatever. I'm not sure exactly why YouTube states that in reference to my stream health, 8,000 kilobits per second is not recommended, and I should add more. I think 8,000 is enough. I mean, I was live streaming on freaking Twitch, and that was gaming, and I need less than that. So maybe YouTube is a little more power hungry to dish out the 4K footage of just someone streaming some drawing. Who knows? Oh man, hold on a second. I gotta increase the size of the text because man, those letterings were tiny. Oh wow. Okay, I'm gonna just reduce this window just a pinch. I don't really need all that. I just need like the pause and play buttons and I should be fine, I think. There we go. I can see your face. Yes, Raptor. Yes, I see that you've mentioned my name multiple times. Is there something that you'd like to talk about? I don't mind. Yes, you. Of course. Why not? You have Raptor in capital letters, so I'm only assuming that that means that that's like a last name of some sort. Yeah, this is from months ago though. I was like, I don't know what I did. I know I probably screwed up something between then, because I'm looking here and these lines look kind of goofy. So I think I messed up something. Never fixed it, and I don't think I will fix it because I completely forgot what it was. So I'm gonna leave it alone. Hopefully that doesn't come around later on. No. If you look at the previous stuff, I was working on that trailer thing, and I'm still doing that to this very day. I have managed to pull off a very interesting method of staying where I am at a little bit longer. And of course that is costing me an arm and a foot. I think I've probably spent more than I've ever spent before on just trying to stay where I am at. But thankfully, that's working out so far, and construction is on its way. And with that in mind, I think for now, when it comes to living, I'm okay. It's like I'm on thin ice, but at the same time, I'm not worrying about it too much, you know? Oh, so do you have a new Sona? And will you like to show me that new Sona? Don't say that this is it. Are you trying to steal this fine Pokemon before it's even done being constructed? It looks like my lines are a little rusty here. And it might be because the pixel size is too big. I don't think I was using 3, but let's go ahead and put it at 3 and see if that makes any difference. Well, that's nice. I'm glad to hear that. That's actually a really nice. It's unfortunate that you're not living in Oregon anymore, though. Oregon's a nice state, I guess. When I was there, it was really nice to see a lot of what was going on there. I'm gonna make this bigger for now. Not that I don't want those things in the background, but unfortunately, those are really causing me some obstructions. Let's not do that. I didn't completely forget about this. I was watching someone's live stream on YouTube, and I was like, man, I could really do a live stream on YouTube right now, and I decided today was the day. I'm going to do it. Despite all the issues that I know I'm going to face tomorrow, I'm doing a live stream this late in the day. Oh well, that's life, right? Oh, congratulations on both moving to North Carolina and your guy friend. Don't know what that's about, but I'm glad to hear that that is a thing now. Let me lower system sounds, because that is coming across pretty darn bad, and I don't like it. Speaking of which, I have no clue how well my live stream is doing. Probably not very well. I can't tell how many people are in the chat for some reason. Oh, there we go. I think that's a view counter right there. It's just that I zoomed in so far. Oh, there we go. Hey, thanks for the like, bud. I don't know who put a like on there, but thank you. Thank you so much. At some point, I'm gonna get streamables for YouTube as well. Hopefully that works out, because then when you guys like a video, a thing can happen, which would be pretty cool. Kind of a way to get you guys to interact better with it, you know, let everybody know. I think it'll be fun to do that, so I'm working on that. I'm not gonna do it today because, as I said, I'm really having a tough time. Why is that a faded brush? Don't do that. There was some other art I was supposed to work on today, but nope, I'm gonna do that. By the way, how are you enjoying North Carolina? Is that good? Oh yeah, go ahead. I think it's better not to disperse your personal stuff all over YouTube. I mean, especially with this chat. This chat takes and saves everything you type, so I don't know if you want a personal record of your conversation on here, but if you rather not, then yeah, probably Facebook or for Affinity would be the most ideal location. Facebook maybe less than for Affinity, but I have Discord as well. If you're interested in that Discord, I can leave that in here. I don't really mind sharing my Discord with everybody who's here. And as a matter of fact, you can probably just post it on Ink Bunny, and that'll help everybody. My apologies for going over and over again in this S-curve looking thing. I don't know why it's taking me forever to get this one simple shape down. You would think it would just be really quick, right? Super fast, but nope. I don't know. Maybe it's my mind acting goofy because I have that issue. You know, the one that I wrote the whole journal about like a few days ago. That's still persisting to this very point, still going. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Lion, I missed you completely. How you doing, bud? If you can hear me, hi. If you can't hear me, darn it. I'm sorry. My buddy Lion can't hear me. Oh, cool. My Discord is literally on Ink Bunny, so if you ever want it's on Ink Bunny. It's like on the page, like on my profile, so to make it convenient for you guys, so I don't have to type it out. If you go over to my Ink Bunny, you can get it for free. Not that it should have costed anything in the first place. All right. I have no idea what music I just listened to. I don't even think it was music. I think it was like a beat. Oh, you know, it's fine. That's absolutely fine. I don't mind that. I think that's a wise move. I wish I wiped out some more journals that I have. I have never cleared any, well, not never, but rarely cleared anything that comes into my notification box. So I have probably the world record for the most notifications unread. I don't know if that little thing that pokes out there is supposed to be I don't know if this is supposed to be a pointy little edge. Oops, that's not supposed to be merged down in there. Let's see if I merge it to this one. Will it cause me any damage? Nope. Oh, good. Why? What happened with Ink Bunny that totally discouraged you from being there? What did you do something terrible on there and get banned? It's okay, you can tell me. I don't really care. Don't judge, buddy. I don't. Why should I see your mate exactly? Just wondering. Curiosity. It's just sounds like a very interesting person, but I'm just trying to figure out why I should definitely 100% see them. I feel like that line right there should just have a stroke on it. Yep. That's what I'm gonna do. Just gonna add a stroke to that at 1 pixel. And that should thicken that up. And also, I'm tired of screwing these things around, so I'm gonna actually make the line just a tad bigger. I think 6 is fine. And that's probably what I should have did before, or prior, or whatever you call it. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Conversation, whatever it is, it sounds like it's going somewhere, and it's not somewhere good. Should probably like left to like for Infinity or I don't know. I don't think you have spoken to me on Facebook recently, so probably not there. But I don't know. Discord, like I said, Discord. I have posted on my. Oh, that's right. You don't have it. I don't have that. I don't know. I don't know how I get that to you. Can't do it now, but if you remind me later, I can probably send it to you on here. Or someone else can and toss it on here as well. I don't want to lose my hand placement. To everybody watching this live stream is wondering why it's taking so awful long for me to get just past this point. Oh god, look at what I did. It's just, I don't know, this method's tedious as ever. And there's a more efficient way of doing this as well, and I don't really care much for it. So that's why I'm doing it the hard way. As I always do. Stroke on the inside. There we go. See, this is the reason why it didn't work the first time. Oh, I'm saying my notifications are a lot for notifications, but I didn't say for anything else. Like, for instance, my notes are not, like, jam-packed on Ink Bunny. My notes on YouTube are non-existent, so, yeah, I mean, all you gotta do is send a message or something. Or I'll take a break as soon as I get some sort of milestone in this process that I'm doing right now. Yes. I need a milestone, people. I have 2 likes on this video so far, though. That's nice. Isn't that something? 2 wholesome likes. So nice. I got 6 viewers. There's one person that just came in. How you doing, bud? And congratulations. Oh, congratulations to your new friend. I'm not sure. Does he have 70, like, that many followers on YouTube, or is it someplace else? I mean, there's a lot of places that you can have that many, or viewers, or followers, or whatever the number is. I do not understand this Pokemon's position. It's kind of weird. That doesn't really matter. I'm giving this a go. Oh, on Fur Affinity, nice. So wait, 70k followers on Fur Affinity? I didn't even think that number is possible. Like, I don't even think Zosh or like anyone's got that many numbers. Not that I'm, boasting. I'm just saying that's a magnificent number. That's interesting. And this is for Affinity that we're talking about. I'm just trying to clarify because that's a remarkable number. Like, they must be insane. Oh, notifications, gotcha. Wow, that's a good deal of notifications. I don't think I have that. Well, you know what? I haven't checked in a long time. I can probably look now, or not, since I don't really care too much for the amount of notifications I have on for Affinity, since I've never removed a single one. Okay, yeah, but I don't know if I have that. Oh, jeez. Okay, nice. He must have like a significant following or something. I mean, that's pretty much the only way you get a lot of notifications. You post something and it gets like a lot of hits. So, great job for him. I'm guessing. I don't know. I don't know who this person is. They sound intriguing, and I'm glad that you have found them and they have provided you with such amazing, I don't know, experiences. Is that what we can call this? Oh, cool. Cool. That's actually pretty nice. I've been on Fur Affinity maybe about, I don't know, 10 and some years now, so 11 years is a long time. So I think that's pretty darn nice. Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't watch too many people on Fur Affinity. And I do apologize to everybody who's getting their hopes all the way up into the sky, thinking that I'm going to watch your art now. Can't do that. I get way too distracted working on art stuff to actually take the time to look at artists that I've never met before. Now, I have planned on doing this. I've planned on going out and like just checking out artists. For the most part, Fur Affinity's kind of been pretty strict on stuff. So it makes the selection of stuff that I do enjoy looking at very sparse. And so I look on Ink Bunny for the most part for other stuff that I like. So that's the reason why you don't really see me too much on Fur Affinity. In fact, when I post things on Fur Affinity, I rarely ever comment. Not that I don't want to, it's just that I want to limit my interactions on Fur Affinity. I feel like now it's to the point where you can post something and you can be freaking banned or suspended for a comment. And it doesn't have to be a bad comment, someone just has to get hurt from the comment. You just post something that makes somebody tear and then you're getting suspended. You're like, what happened? They were offended. What? Is it against policy? Yes, if it offends them, it's against policy. So, I rarely ever do anything on Fur Affinity anymore when it comes to that kind of stuff. Despite how much popularity my profiles seem to have, I just don't do it. I don't do it. Maybe one of these days, management on Fur Affinity is going to make a complete 360 and go back to what Fur Affinity used to be, which was a really great place to post something. And then I will probably increase the amount of actions that I take over there, the amount of interactions that I make with the community that I used to make a long time. Or if, of course, they give me a high position and I moderate, I can definitely moderate for them, no problem. I don't care much about that. But that's about it. I don't really care too much outside of, you know, contributing by moderating or just posting stuff and kind of walking away from the place as soon as I post. Like, basically, I post and then I log out and I leave. I don't even check the stuff after I do it. That's about it. That's Fur Affinity for you. It used to be a great place. You guys probably remember it. That! I just drew this line, now I have to, like, I don't know, I gotta do something because I screwed it up. It's weird, I drew this a long time ago, I can't do that. Oh, you've learned that you can draw? Guys, take this from her, or whoever that is. You can draw. You can do it. I believe in you. Yeah, I'm not trusting that at all. I think that, that a lot of rules need to change before that place becomes anything like. Alright, clear my throat. Where's that? There we are. This should do the trick. let's get some good water. Yeah, I think that they need to kind of basically go back to what they had before. I mean, a few new rules would be great, but there's just too many restrictions now. You can just go on there and sneeze in the wrong direction, and pretty sure you're gonna get suspended for that. I mean, that's not fun, in my opinion. It makes for a hostile environment, and I'm pretty sure there's not many people on there that feel like they are safe or feel like investing their time and efforts into something that can be easily suspended or taken away from them in an instant, depending on how that admin's feeling that day. You know, maybe they're feeling offended. Like, I feel like I can post this on Fur Affinity and it'll probably get removed if it offends them in a certain way. And I think, in my opinion, it's not worth it. So I don't put any context in. Usually I tag the art and I don't add a story or anything to the artwork. Whereas if you go on Ink Bunny, you can kind of get like a side story to some of my stuff and all that. Yeah, I don't put a story with my art on Fur Affinity because they take stories and kind of link them with artwork. Like, oh, well, the art looks fine, but the story says this, so it must be that. Suspended. What? No. Art's fine, but the story offends people, so I'm going to suspend you. Yeah, I don't like that. I can't do that. You never know, though. I think under a new administration, I think that they will be pretty good in the future. Very far from now. Very, very far in the future. I think that if they were able to find another means of funding the website, I don't know how they go about funding it now, but I think if they found another means of funding it that was indeed more profitable than this current method of doing what they're doing was, and did not require them to restrict all their art like they are restricting their art, I think Fur Affinity will definitely trump pretty much anywhere again, like it did back in the day, where everything else was kind of like secondhand. Nice. Alright. By the way, if you hear some weird, strange, odd, mysterious music from this live stream today, this is the first time I've ever listening to this playlist at all, so there's the very high likeliness that music on this is gonna sound odd. Very strange. I had some music set aside for this, but I kind of like quickly put this together, this live stream today, so I don't think I have the chance to actually go through and check out and see which ones are not going to be struck by YouTube for copyright infringement. And that's the reason why you don't hear any of the music that you normally hear me play, and you kind of hear some weird stuff. Apologies if you hear something weird, like so weird that's offensive to you. YouTube has kind of got that little Fur Affinity vibe going on when it comes to moderating music selection and videos. Well, music and some other stuff as well. You can blame a few bad apples for that, but nonetheless, that's why the music is strange today. Apologies for that. What are you talking about? Interesting, I guess. I have no idea what that's about, but it sounds interesting. I will say, thank you for sharing that information that I don't know what it's about. I don't have time to know. Oh, you know, that's actually a really good idea. Why not stream this on Twitch? What am I doing? Why am I not doing it? You are a genius, and thank you for letting me know about that. I should definitely stream this on Twitch. What? Oh, oh my gosh. Oh my freaking goat cheese. You know what I forgot to do though? I forgot to hit the record button on Picardo. I am a genius. Where is Picardo TV? Let's see. Hit start recording. I'm gonna try to just go in and filler that section in on the speed paint portion of it. It doesn't really matter if it jumps a little bit, it's fine. Let's go live. I think I can do this. Photoshop. Bam. Go live. Share on Facebook, why not? Go live. Yes. Drawing. Art commissioned, why not? Fan art, digital art. What do I got? Traditional art, vector art. Oh, I could have done vector art. I'll do vector art instead of traditional art. There we go. Cool beans. And I can post this on Facebook. Nice. Actually, you know what? Skip that. Skip that part. You must select the game. Art. Pixel art. Why not? Yeah, it's just pixel art. Sorta, kinda. Why not? Title. Whoa. It is weird. Like, I was just talking about using streamables, so Streamlabs, whatever, and I didn't think about it for a second. I was like, wait a minute. Wait, shouldn't I be freaking live streaming this? This is not like... Yeah, default. Okay, cool. Yeah, I should have been live streaming this the whole time on here. And I also should have been recording, but I wasn't. I'm pretty sure this is gonna crash my YouTube live stream, but it doesn't really matter because I'm experimenting, okay? I wouldn't know if I'm live on Twitch or not. You know what I should have probably did though? I should have probably put Pokemon in that section for the game as well as art. But I don't think you're allowed to put in 2 games at the same time, right? Like, how would I freaking know, right? How would I know? How do I know these things? Oh, I don't. Oh, give me a second. Let's find out. Let's investigate this for ourselves. Post stream. Oh my god. You know what I just realized? The bad link that was supposed to be in the live stream. It's still there. I made a mistake. Let me look at this for a second. Before I do that, let me make sure I get this Gerbo link out of here. And then I'm gonna post the Twitch one on I'll post the Twitch one on here as well. Because hey, why not? Give people choices. No, I want Twitch. Yeah, there it is. I want that one. And I'll have that one go 5 hours. Well, 5 hours and 30 minutes, why not? That way they all end kind of like around the same time-ish. What? Stream session is too long? I'll just put it for 5 hours and 30 minutes. Okay, might as well put it for 4 hours, why not? Yeah, that's good. Alright, I got the link for you. I'm also going to close this window because I feel like having it open is going to just completely annihilate my computer. Here you go. And I just realized one significant issue by running this on Streamables. I have to have Streamlabs. Sorry, I keep saying Streamables. I have to have this window open so that I can actually see the chat for the Twitch side of things. Okay, back to the yard. Yeah, let me know if that's working. That'd be interesting. Curiosity. Never killed any kittens. Now, of course, if it does not work, which I highly believe it's gonna fail, like something's gonna crash, especially with how much bandwidth I'm busting out of my computer right now, we'll probably just end the Twitch one, because the Twitch one's experimental. Oh, there's one viewer on Twitch right now. I kid you not. There's one viewer on Twitch right now as we are speaking. Which leads me to believe that if it's not working, then I am screwing one person out of their valuable time on this planet by live streaming nothing but blankness to them. Hey, one person on Twitch, do you see a live stream? Is it working? Huh, cool. Cool, this is special. This is the first time I've ever live streamed on both YouTube and Twitch at the same time using two different programs and completely annihilating my network card. But still, this is interesting. This is a great live stream. Despite the fact that I'm cooking in here. I tried my the air conditioner today. I was like, you know what? It's hot. I've had enough of it. I can't really necessarily go out and buy the power cord for the air conditioner because my Dyson heater had burnt through the cabling somewhere. Like there's a short circuit in the cabling somewhere or something was making contact. Don't know where. But nonetheless, there's a short and I decided, you know what? I'm going to plug this cable back in. I'm going to run my air conditioner. The air conditioner doesn't take as much amperage as the heater, so I should be fine. Nah. I came back like, I don't know, an hour later, and I can smell like the smell of burning plastic circulating into my room area. And I was like, oh, okay, something's not good. So I checked the outlet, and yeah. There's a big fat hunk of melted plastic at the entry of the outlet, and I'm pretty sure the cable's got a little bit of smoldering going on somewhere. Nonetheless, the cable is probably more melted and more damaged than it was before, and the outlet is completely screwed. I have to replace that outlet with another one because I completely melted it. So I have no air conditioner, and I have no outlet that I can plug something into because now the outlet's melted. And that could have been a really nice fire. You know what I mean? So, if I just listened to myself and did not plug that cable in that I already knew was screwed up from the heater, I would probably not have to spend that unnecessary expense and replace the entire freaking wall outlet that I melted with a faulty cable. Yeah, it was on YouTube. It's, you know what's so funny though? It's on YouTube right now. If you go to YouTube right now, I'm live streaming it on YouTube as well. This is not a replay. This is the actual artwork. This is the same artwork from that time. I just never actually came back and worked. Well, I never went back and worked on it. So it's been just sitting down lurking for the entire time till I found the perfect time to do it. Right now, which is actually not the ideal time since I have taxes and I don't have the money to pay for the tax filing. You know what would be great though? If I took this opportunity to learn how to use TurboTax. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Too bad I'm not that smart. Yep, this is tax time. Tax time, medical bills, cars being broken into, a whole bunch of other stuff. I don't know. I know people are calling it karma, but it's just... why? Nonetheless, I'm taking my time, and by the way, not just medical bills, but also medical issues. Unresolved ones for that. Like, ugh. Yeah, life's giving me a lot of curveballs right now. By the way, odd music. Hey, Tweet! I've never seen you in my live stream before. Like, I've never seen you on Twitch before. This is new. If you were on Twitch before, I missed you entirely. But welcome to this live stream, and thank you. Ah, Tweet just followed too. I was not paying attention. How come I didn't hear the alert? Welcome to the live stream, Twit. I like it. Your username has a fun sound to it. I know. What? This is the most followers I've ever gotten in like one session. Like 5 minutes ago I got a follower, and look, I have another follower on Twitch. Which, by the way, really never happens when I'm live streaming a video game. Which means I probably should draw some more stuff on Twitch, you know, so that way I get more followers. Ah, you're fine. You don't have to change your old name. Congratulations. I feel like revisiting this tale again is necessary because I think that section of the whole tale is messed up, so delete. By the way, no clue what I'm listening to right now. It just sounds like some ear jambalaya. I might have to actually lower the volume just because of how strange it sounds. Usually strange music in the background sounds good when it's really low, but when it's loud as ever, it just like stands out a little too much. And I don't want to subject you guys to listening to some strange music just to hear my voice, so I'm gonna lower that. Sounds bad. Oh, did I skip it? I don't think I skipped it. There we go. Just lowered it a tiny teensy weensy bit. Yeah, you go with that. As most of you guys know, if whoever's actually been in my live streams for a very long period of time, you know that I draw very slowly, and I ink my art really slowly as well. The only time that things really start to speed up is usually like right around the time that I start adding the colors in. When the colors start going in, things start getting nice fast. Oh, I just deleted that layer, and I deleted the part that goes along with it, so, well, that sucks. Guess I gotta redraw that part again. Some goofy ass, goofy titles. You can't see the thumbnails for these, but they just look goofy. I don't understand why. Does it sound as bad as it looks? Oh yeah, it sounds trippy. Oh, good Lord. That hurts so bad now. I had to. This is Adobe Photoshop CS3, and turns out I used the newest version of Photoshop, which I do have. I actually was planning on using the newest version of Photoshop to do the next live stream version of this, despite the fact that that wouldn't make any sense whatsoever. Because everybody's like, well, you were using something else, and now you switch it to something else to tutorial people on how to do something else. Which, by the way, I completely forgot that I was I was teaching people, doing seminars, on how to draw certain things like this. And I'm not going to turn this video into that because it's more or less speed painting at this point. But that Photoshop, you can actually do the same thing in, and there's shortcuts. There's some cool shortcuts that you can use to actually make this art a lot faster on there. I don't know. I got this issue in my head where I have to do things the long way in order for me to function properly, or I don't know what the hell the case is. It's been this way for a very long time. Like, I know almost all the shortcuts that I need to make this go a lot faster, but I still do it the long way, either way. And sometimes I try practicing, like, using the shortcuts, and either I mess up really good, or I somehow manage to migrate right back to not using the shortcuts very quickly. Or I get artist block. I don't want that. So instead of getting artist block, I just stick with the method that I'm using now, which is basically giving my mind what it wants, just to go the long way. Hopefully you guys can cope with that. I know it's probably not the best thing because a lot of people don't really have the patience to sit around and watch somebody draw each individual line tediously. I just did something over here to extend that side because I didn't want to actually go through the process of making that look correct, but you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it right. I'm not gonna go over here and cheat it. Yeah, shortcuts are not for me. Ah, okay, cool. I'll see you later, and thanks for that follow. I need so many more of those. You've done well. Can't quite figure out if I'm supposed to take out this center circle or the circle outside outside of that circle. Here we go, I think I got it. That's definitely the way it's supposed to look, but yeah, you never know. Maybe I screwed up somewhere. I feel like something's missing. I feel like something is overlapping something that it shouldn't, but I haven't figured out what that is yet, so when we get to that point, we'll find out. Multi-stream. YouTube and Picardo all in one bundle. This is new. Oh, Mr. Ming, do you like Twitch better than you like YouTube? That's just me implying that he likes YouTube. He probably hates it. Oh, we don't want that. Okay, now with the necessary adjustments made, let's go ahead and jump to the next part of this thing. I think I may have gotten most of it. I think the only part that's missing right now is the feet. So once I get the feet in there, then we can definitely get to that meat and potatoes of this drawing, which is just me throwing in colors. Believe it or not, the background is almost done. I took the time to craft the background out. Like I did the last time I did the speed paint, I did the background already and I just threw it in there. It makes things a lot faster. One of these days I'll actually show you guys how I put together one of these backgrounds. Like from scratch, not from like, you know, recycling some of my old backgrounds, which I do a lot of. I'll show you how I actually make them. So, if you guys don't like painterly style stuff, like actually going through and painting stuff, you might not like that too much, but I actually will keep it pretty dang simple. So, if you're not good at backgrounds, stay tuned from that video. It's not gonna be this one though. Just subscribe to, I guess YouTube, because if I'm not gonna do it on Twitch, then I'm definitely gonna do it on YouTube. So, make sure you have subscribed there. Oh, cool. You're a spy, aren't you? I know it. Spy. I should have known we had spies in this live stream. Sneaky with it. I keep forgetting that there's also a Snivy aspect to this drawing, so I have to also keep that in mind when I'm drawing any part of it. Like, okay, yeah, it's this Pokemon, but it's also a Snivy too, so I have to have that Snivy in there too. Can't leave Snivy out of it. So I do that. That's not the right thing. Okay, for sure. I think 80 to 90% in my mind, I feel like I've colored more of this drawing. I swear, I don't know why, I just feel it in my bones that I've gone through and I've colored more of this drawing, and I just have not, I don't know where the files are. Nonetheless, I didn't do it right. It wasn't done in a live stream like this, so I'm not gonna screw this whole live stream to go and investigate and find out where I lost that file, or if I have actually lost that file in the first place. Instead of doing that, we're gonna redraw it. Why not? Yeah, but I'm like 90% sure that I did. You know that, for most people, you know that moment where you're drawing something, you just have that feeling that you've already drawn it, like you've already finished a lot of it, and you're like, aren't I doing this over again? Yeah, that's the feeling I just got right there when I went to the top, because I like just a little bit recall working on this part of the drawing. Go back up there and show you what I'm talking about. I just a little bit remember working on this right here. Okay, I'll see you later. And thank you for stopping by. You've done very well. Everybody who stopped by this live stream, you have done well. That is amazing. That's a lot of people. Anyway, I just so slightly remember doing this part right here. You know what? Let's do it again. Why not? You know, when I first did it anyway, I never showed you guys it. I didn't live stream it, and I didn't record it. So those are all 3 little mistakes that I made when I did it the first time anyway. So if I did do all this, I'm pretty sure it's lurking somewhere, and it's not well done. So here I am doing it again. That's my way of convincing myself that I should not go and invest into finding the already drawn thing that might exist or might not exist, and working from that point and just going ahead and redoing it over again. What do you guys think about the quality of the live stream though? I like last time I was live streaming, I think I had a few errors, or not a few, but like a ton of errors, and that's because I was using like a mobile thing, and there was a whole bunch of craziness going on. I think it was during this live stream that I had that problem, and then all of a sudden, at the very end of it, some troll got the best of it. Nonetheless, this is supposed to be like redeeming that live stream. So I want to make sure everything on this live stream runs smoothly, like way better than the last live stream that we had of this. Is the music too loud or out of balance, for example? Is there an echo? I was gonna ask, is Dart going too slow? But I can ask that one. I think we all have the answer to that one. Something tells me I've done more on this drawing somewhere, I swear. I don't know what it is, it's a feeling in my bones, I swear. For all you guys who are willing to sit around and wait for a while, I'm telling you, this is gonna look good. I don't know if it's gonna be worth your time, but I assure you, it's not gonna look bad. It's not gonna look terrible. I mean, that's just my opinion anyway. I don't know. You guys might think differently. Oh, sorry, I looked at this drawing earlier and I decided that I'm going to take back a few things that I've done to it from before. Like the yellowing of the this part right here. This Pokemon isn't really that yellow to start off with. I was doing that back then so I can make it look a little more colorful, because white is not really a color, it's more a shade, or it's a highlight, sorry, not a shade. Nonetheless, I did this thing where I yellowed most of it, and I used shots from the anime to make that happen. But I don't think I like it now. Now, looking at this months later, I think it's better to... make sure I get this claw right. I don't want to screw that up. That's a nice track. There we go. Yeah, now months later, I feel like it's better to kind of stick with the original color of the character. Now, I could be wrong. There could be a screenshot from the anime that definitely had this color more yellow, like it is. I'm not going to take it away entirely, but I will make it a little more closer to this grayish white color that it is here. Let's get that thumb in there, shall we? Oh, hold on a second. Oh yeah, thanks man. I like it too. I really do like this character. This character seems like one of the characters that I can probably end up drawing again. But I guess it depends on how well this drawing does on, I guess, I don't know, Ink Bunny. I would say for Affinity, but I don't interact enough on for Affinity for this to do good. Also, if it does well on these videos, maybe I might draw something else with it. Something a little more questionable. Or I might mod it. I might just mod this drawing. I mean, there's a lot that I can mod here. Very clearly, a lot that I can mod. Yeah. Make it something nice for you guys. I know what you guys like, dude. I know. You don't have to tell me. I draw it all the time. Alright, let me merge. Okay, I want that line right there, but I don't know what's covering it. That's the background layer, but where's the layer on top of that layer? Oh, it's locked. It's a locked layer. I knew it. I gotta clean that one up. It looks like I screwed up right there. And you can clearly see where I screwed up. I might have also screwed up when I merged all those layers together because they're not as close or far apart as they were before. Come on. Sorry, I'm being a little tedious with this one, but still. Hey, 3D Gamer, have you ever followed to my channel? If you have, thank you. Cameras followed. Follow this Twitch channel. It'll bring you gold. I'm just kidding. In all honesty, once the numbers start going over 1K, it's kind of hard to kind of tell where your follower count is, which sucks. I wish there was a way you can turn it back so you can see the exact number so you know if it went up or down. It's like a nice advantage that you get as soon as you, I don't know, get to like 999. And then after 999, you're just screwed and you don't know the number. So you could lose like a whole 100, you can lose a whole 100 followers and not even know it. I don't think that's a nice feature. That's not good. Whatever. What can I say? It's free. You can't argue with free. All right, let's look at what we got so far. Oh yeah, that's like 90% done. That's like 90% done right there. Let's merge visible. Oh, I gotta add the little tiny, like, intricate things in the center of its tail. It's got some stuff going on in there that I didn't draw in. I don't know if it's necessary, but I feel if I leave it out, someone somewhere is going to point it out and be like, hey, that Pokemon's got some more stuff going on in its tail, and you did not doodle it. I feel offended. And then I get suspended for affinity. Alright, let's draw some of that intricate, cool stuff in this tail. I know it's not in the original drawing, so I gotta get creative with this part. From what I can see here, there's like a line that goes probably around this much around the tail. And now for the tedious erasing away of lines. Let's do it. There we go. I've added a little thingy. I don't know if that's necessarily good. I might actually take this one and curve it in a little more just to make it a little more, I don't know, skewed. Skewed's a word for it. That don't look right. I think that looks kind of weird. It's like it's got a weird shape to it. looks like they have like a circle on the inside and like some weird digital like lines inside of its tail. I don't really necessarily understand these, but I'm gonna try to decrypt them as best as I can. I think it's just some rounded circles. This is confusing. Let's do one big square. I'm just gonna go through and try to figure this one out. And it changes from one to another, like it looks weird in another one. I don't understand these digital things. Why do they exist? Why is it in there? Almost like there's like a circuit board on the back of his tail for some reason. That song is long. I'm using Photoshop CS3, which is technically not an art program. Well, technically it's not a program for drawing, but of course you know Photoshop turned into whatever Photoshop is now, so yeah, that's what I'm using. And my apologies to everybody who's interested and just got turned off by the fact that it's CS3. I know it's old as ever, but I think you can do this. You can do this in the newest 2020 version of Photoshop, which I believe is Photoshop 2020. You can do it if you're interested. And of course, if you have the patience. I'm not going to say that anybody that doesn't have the patience should try this. This is very, very annoying. Alright, there's one more at the bottom here that does some weird stuff. Like, it's so weird that I don't think this line right here makes sense. Let's get that line out of there, and then... I really don't want to make that line curve in like that, but unfortunately that's the way they have it, and I want to stick to the original concept here, so let's not change anything. Yeah, it's really confusing looking. It's like that thing is coming straight out of its leg. Not a bad thing though. Interesting looking Pokemon, I tell you the truth. Not bad at all. Let's look at that at a distance. Oh yeah, that's got a good fair amount of confusing all going on in there. There we go. You know what I'm gonna do for this one? I'm gonna actually make this a straight line. Only because I want it to blend in a little better. It didn't look straight before, and I think I want to make that look a slight bit like everything else. There we go. I might need to skew that a little bit though. That needs a good skewing. Okay, I think with that nice little skew, well, I almost spoke too soon. Is that rain? Oh, it's storming outside. Yeah, it's storming outside. Let me save my data before I lose it. Last time it started raining and I was like, oh, that's nice. Nice and pleasant. It's raining outside. And then the power went out and I lost all my stuff and I started flipping out. And that would definitely suck today as I'm doing a live stream. And I think if I was live streaming and then all of a sudden it started raining, ooh, that'd be a bummer. I noticed he does have some stuff on his face. I don't necessarily want to draw him in here because it doesn't fit the character enough. Oh my god, what direction has my music selection have gone into? I'm going to go back to this and I'm going to go... royalty free, my friend. I don't think that any of these playlists are going to go anywhere near royalty free. But I'm going to try it though. Yeah, no. I don't think so. The next track in that is not even close to it. I can assure you that 100%. Pretty sure if I go and I click on the and I'm gonna do that. For all those people that did do YouTube for a while, you understand my frustration when it comes to having to sort through and find royalty-free music in order to avoid the copyright strikes. It's so hard. It used to be you could just post whatever you want, and it was good. You were good. And now, YouTube's gotten a little strict on us. Okay, there we go. I'm sorry I didn't read your comment. My bad. I was really focused. Like, my face was literally starting to become fused with the tablet, but I'm now looking up and I can see your comments. Yeah, I used it in college too. Believe it or not, Photoshop when I was in college was the best thing. I enjoyed using Photoshop because it was what I knew. I already knew it. So I was like, yeah, today we're going to be using Photoshop. And everybody was like, oh, no, I hate Photoshop. They were so sad. And I was like, yes, this is what I live for. I remember those days, man. That was so funny. It was so fun to have Photoshop. But you know what I found, though? Anytime they would give me an assignment and I was on Photoshop, I would like do under like the quality of work that I would normally typically do, just because I hated doing art for school. Like it was like the worst feeling of all time. Like having the ability to draw. You already know how to draw, but some doofus is telling you that you need to draw this random thing that you don't like, that it's necessary for you to learn how to draw, and you're sitting down there drawing this thing that you know you can draw, but you don't really want to draw it because you know how to draw. So that was a real puzzler. So I'll go on Photoshop and I'll goof around and draw some stuff, but it wouldn't look like to the best quality of art because I wouldn't put the time in. I didn't feel it. The motivation was there for that artwork. Yep. That's life, man. Oh god. Oh, don't even get me started on Adobe Illustrator. That was horrible. I mean, as I said, I like Photoshop. Photoshop was great. But when they were like, yeah, okay, today we're doing Adobe Illustrator. You're going to be practicing using like some freaking vectors, vector points. Like these are vectors, but those vectors sucked. I was like, yeah, you're going to make nice shapes and ink things, and it's going to be great. You're going to love it. You're going to learn how to learn discipline in art by using Adobe Illustrator. First off, I didn't really get disciplined in art using Adobe Illustrator. It was like torture. It's like basically torturing people with it. Like, okay, you're gonna use this. I know you can do it a lot better in Photoshop. That was a lot of time, a lot of the times that came up. I was like, yeah, I know you can do this better in Photoshop, but today we're doing it in Illustrator. Okay, so you can learn how to do the same art that you do all the time a different way. I was like, well, no, that doesn't make any sense. If you can do the same type of drawing in Photoshop and do it better, I think you should do it in Photoshop and do it better. Why would you waste your valuable time doing something less, well, not as well as you could have done it in something else? Especially when it's something that you don't even want to do in the first place. Like sometimes I don't understand when it comes to certain things in art class. I really wish that there was an art instructor or someone that does art out there teaching art and in a college or something that you'd come in and they were like, hey, can you draw? No? Okay, I'm going to teach you how to draw. How about you? Can you draw? Yes? No problem. Alright, here's the list of projects that you have to do. I want you to draw some stuff that you like and do it to the best of your ability to prove that you can draw. And then you just go out and do these projects and turn them in, get your grade, and waltz out of there. And the people who actually can't draw and need help drawing, those are the guys that actually gets the assistance drawing. You know, versus teaching everybody how to draw. I had one annoying instructor, I swear, in college. It was just the worst of all time. He was just adamant about teaching me how to draw the way he wants, like the way he draws. I'm like, dude, I already know how to draw. I draw all the time. I draw stuff. And I showed him my art and I showed him my gallery and a whole bunch of different stuff. I was like, yeah, check this out. I drew this. Here's some of the awards that my art has won. Here's a few things that I've done here. And he was like, cool, I understand that you draw that, but you're gonna draw some of the stuff that I want you to draw in the way that I want you to draw it. And I was like, first off, you're not technically supposed to be teaching people how to draw things the way you want them to be drawn. You're supposed to be teaching people how to draw and then testing them on their ability to draw all this stuff. You know what I mean? And he was like, yeah, this is the way you're going to draw now until the end of the class. So when the class is over, you can draw whatever which way you want. Yeah, I never followed rules in that class at all. I kept drawing my own way. And I think he was at my mercy because we had group projects. So at the very end, well, not group projects, we had projects, but we had to present them. So we had presentations after each project. So even though he was not, like, he was always criticizing my artwork, like every freaking way I draw, it was, nope, that's not good enough. You have to draw this differently. Why do you keep popping arms and legs out of your comics? Don't do that. Only if you want to make emphasis of the characters do you pop the arms or legs or heads or stuff out of it. I was like, dude, I do this all the time, alright? I can pop arms, legs, all the limbs. I can throw the character right on top of all the gutters. I don't really care. And that is what I'm going to do. So stop telling me. I swear, like the comic that I did for that class, I literally just drew like as many pop outs as possible all over the freaking page. I didn't care. There was barely anything inside the gutters at all. But when it came to presentation day, it was really hard for him to throw in his judgment because everybody was like, this dude right here should not be in this class. It doesn't make any sense that he's presenting his stuff next to ours because ours looks like some shit. So, instructor had his own little criticisms, and he would always lower my grade to something that it was not supposed to be at. Like, instead of throwing me an A, he would probably give me like a B for something because he felt that I did not apply myself enough. AKA, I did not use the methods that he was trying to teach me in any way. I was just doing my own thing. But I got enough A's in that class, and I also left the class so early. Like, I turned my final in like a month or two early, so I never had to come back to the class for a remainder. And I got an A in it. That wasn't the first time this ever happened, but I don't know. Sometimes the art instructors just don't like to be have a competition in the class. So I think he was very willing to have me leave the class early, just so he didn't have to deal with me ever again. That was a fun one. I think you can be a professional artist now. I think you can be a professional artist right now, bud. Hang on, someone on YouTube said something. I didn't see it, but there you are. YouTube peoples. Yes, I am live streaming again. Oh, that's not true. That's 100% false. You don't have to pay anything to learn how to do art. That's another thing that people don't understand. YouTube can teach you how to do it. I didn't really learn art from YouTube. I learned it from really, really hard times and a whole bunch of other stuff combined. And then a bunch of art school later on kind of set me on the right path when it came to art, because I was kind of doing things a little bit differently back in the day. Nonetheless, you don't need the art school element. I know a lot of artists that draw really well, and they did not start off very well. Matter of fact, to give you a good example, go to the galleries of many artists that exist right now for Affinity, for example. Not DeviantArt, because DeviantArt, I don't know what's going on there. Don't do that. But for Affinity, some of the artists that you look up to, and just like go all the way back to like back in the day, like back like 2006, if they've been around since 2006, and check out like how they started off, and you would see that you're probably not too much far off from their skill set back then. And I know it seems to you like you should be at their level already, like you want to rush to that point, but it takes a while to get to that point. And once you get there, you're gonna appreciate all that time it took to get to that point. I guarantee you. You're not going to hate yourself for taking the time to learn it. And you might actually learn it a lot faster than you would imagine. But it doesn't cost you anything. So don't think of it as being an expense to you to have to learn it, but it costs you. It has to cost you something. Like time. Time is money, I know that much, but I'm just saying. Did that merge? What? Oh, I just duplicated a layer. What the hell? Yeah, go. Oh, Photoshop is definitely a one-time purchase. This is a Photoshop CS3, and I purchased it one time. In my imagination, at least. And I've never had to purchase this Photoshop ever again. And this Photoshop works just fine. In fact, I have the newer version of this. I have the 2020 version of it, and I'm not gonna say how I got that, but I can tell you right now that I never bought that either. Never bought either one of them, and that's a really good example of how I think and the way I think. Because just because I have the 2020 version of Photoshop, which didn't cost anything and never will cost anything ever. The 2020 version of Photoshop is not, to me, as good as this CS3. This CS3 is not broken, so there's no reason to fix it by getting a new program. I know the Photoshop CS3 2020 has a lot of good stuff in it, but I mean, this just works. This does the job. Yeah. I think it really depends on who you know. If you ask around for Affinity, Photoshop 2020 is definitely floating around there in its portable form. And it don't cost nothing. In fact, when I was using Photoshop CS3 originally, I was using the portable version for maybe like, I don't know how many years, and it worked really great. I don't think there was any issues with the portable version other than it crashes a few times, and I think that was just my hardware. nonetheless. CS3 was pretty darn good, and still is. I'm still using it right now. This is CS3. The Photoshop that I started drawing art online with, I'm literally using it right now as we speak. This is it. This is what I started with. So I've been using this program for probably like 12 years straight. Maybe longer than that. And there we have it, people. Now I could switch to the new Photoshop 2020 version for the remainder of this, but I think for doing a live stream, it doesn't make sense, especially if you're doing a time-lapse video later on, that you switch between different programs, because that just looks odd. That just looks weird. Like, for the most part, if someone's thinking that maybe they can also try and do art kind of this way, and they're watching this video and watching the time lapse, and then all of a sudden things just transforms and the program turns into something else, that kind of seems a little discouraging. So I'm not going to do that, not today at least. I don't want to discourage anybody from trying this. I think you can do it, and you don't need to be rich, and you don't need to be paying like a freaking monthly or a yearly fee to use Photoshop. That makes no sense. I still don't understand why that even existed. Yeah, did the music stop playing? I think the music stopped. I think the music quit. Let's have a look, see, shall we? Yeah, so the music just stopped. That was weird. Yeah, I'm getting really close to 1K on YouTube, guys. This is it. We're going to hit that 1K subscribers on YouTube today. I'm just kidding. It's probably not going to be today. I wish. That'd be a wish of mine. If you guys can get me to that 1K today, I will do absolutely nothing to change anything, but I will definitely be happy about it, I assure you. If you guys don't know what that means, technically, if you get to 1K subscribers on YouTube, then you are qualified to be monetized and make YouTube money, technically. But you also have to have the viewership time as well. So even if I did get to 1K followers today, I don't have enough viewers. I don't have enough views on like my overall channel to actually get actually qualify. So I would still have to literally sit around and wait for people to watch the videos in order for it to go through. Why do I keep saying I? My sugar level's low or some crazy nutshell stuff going on here. That looks right. I modded that bottom section and I don't like the mod that I did. The new shape looks a little better, but I think the line is a little weird. I had a whole bunch of royalty-free music set up earlier, and I can't freaking find any of them. I think they're all mixed in with like some other weird music that I should not be playing at all, because I'm probably gonna get copyright strike from that. Why is my mind screwing around? Hopefully my health is not deteriorating as we sit down here to speak, as my ailment is definitely in my head. And I don't just mean mentally, I mean like something's wrong up there. And I don't know what the solution is for that. Not yet. So slurred words and slurred speech and other weird stuff that you're hearing from me right now could actually be bad news. So if it does by chance get worse, like I start not making sense at all, then you guys know something is not right. In such case, get help. Or at least get me help, because probably at that point I won't be able to get any sort of help. Oh, and now you guys know a little more about what the hell's going on. I'm trying to be very broad with it because I don't like to scare people, but I don't know what's going on in technical sense. God, I'm twisting a whole bunch of words around that I should not be twisting around. Ugh. That could be a bad thing. I'm not drunk, dude. I haven't drank. I don't drink. I've had some medical issues in the past, I don't know, week. It just started. And I've been slurring words too for about that time. Of course, most of my live streams I do kind of twist my words around. I don't know if it's just my vocabulary or whatever. But this does seem a little off. We'll say that. Doesn't seem normal. But I don't want to worry you guys. Subscribe anyway. Don't want to stress anybody out about my issues. I don't know why. I feel like I did this already. Somewhere, at some point. I've done it. Maybe it was like deja vu and I was working on this drawing a long time ago and I just feel like I finished it, but I didn't finish anything at all. And in my mind, I felt like I finished it. Yeah, I mean, I wish I did feel better, but I'm sorry that the hospital just did not help out. And I don't talk about it too much, but I might as well go into a few details in reference to that. That was pretty dumb. So that hospital I went to was pretty decent. Like, they just opened up, so that it was like brand new almost on the inside. Really nice. I showed up like 7 in the morning, and this location has not really been like sought after, so it was pretty darn empty. I think there was just a homeless guy like sitting in the lobby, which is against their rules anyway, but he was just there, working. So I was like, oh cool, this is an empty hospital. I'm gonna get all the help that I need. And I was so wrong. The nurses were really nice. Like I mentioned in my journal, the nurses were super nice. They were very committed to trying to get me some help, which was great. I was like, this is wonderful. And I was like, yeah, you probably need to get that checked out. Because, you know, most things that are going on in your head are very important. You know what I mean? If there's something that's an issue in your head, not like mental head, like physical head stuff. I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, they were very committed to getting me the help that I needed. And the doctor kind of walked into the room and was like, yeah, we need this guy out of here as soon as possible. He didn't say that, but his body language and everything pretty much sold that. And that's exactly what they did for me. They got me out the door as soon as possible without helping at all. I don't know if he also works with psychology or whatnot, but he tried to convince me that I was fine and I needed to leave as soon as possible. Like, they've achieved something. I was like, I'm sorry. In my line of work, I kind of work in that field, so I understand what you're doing with the words. So basically, what you're telling me is that you're not gonna help me out with what I came in for today. And they were like, yep, no, we're not gonna help you out with that today. You have to go to another hospital or somewhere else to get help for that. And I was like, okay, well, since I came in here, the situation has worsened. You know, I've not improved at all. And you're basically telling me that you're not going to find out what's wrong. And I was like, yep, nope, we're not going to do that. And I got discharged. Learning just about as much as I learned when I came in. Yep, that's hospitals for you here. Not great. But haven't thought about how I'm going to resolve this issue. I do have some solutions to it, but I haven't received the bill for that first visit yet, and I'm sure it's something substantial. Can't even afford it. Just like I can't afford the taxes that I have to do tomorrow. I don't know how I'm going to do that. And I don't know how that... Really, I honestly have no idea what's going to happen. This is all bad. And all very bad timing as well. So, yeah, life sucks. Yeah, I figured, and I didn't know this at first. I've heard a lot of people talking about it, and I was like, oh, it's probably not a big deal. I think everything's fine. With my employment, I should be fine. I was wrong. I was just wrong. I was like, yeah, you're not gonna get the help at this facility. You're just not gonna do it. I was like, why? I was like, well, unfortunately, we haven't found anything that would govern you getting any sort of help with your issue with your head. Sorry. Just, I'm gonna check some part of your torso, and I think if your torso's fine, your head's fine. What? No, it's not. Surely enough, my head is attached to my neck, which is attached to my torso, but my head is my head. Check my freaking head. Yeah, but it's okay. It's all good. Didn't get anything. Now, of course, I didn't say it like that. I was more professional with my my questioning and whatnot, because it's a hospital, and if you know how hospitals work, I'm pretty sure you understand that if you try to force healthcare in America, or in our country for that matter, for everybody who's here, you don't make it out of the hospital in peace. So if the doctor says, yeah, we're not going to help you, you might as well take that hospital gown off and waltz your way out of the door with the same problems that you came in with. Because trust and believe me, if you push the issue enough, you will get help. You will leave that hospital in a freaking body bag. So yeah, I figured that, yeah, they already said they're not going to help me out. I'm not going to stick around here and leave with more than what I came with. You know what I mean? And that's basically it. That's how it is out here. I think I kind of also pissed him off a little bit because I was also on the phone when I first got the information from the doctor that, yeah, your test for the completely irrelevant thing that you came in for came back like all good. Everything looks normal. They didn't say good. They said normal. So we're not going to check it for anything else, because I don't think those are emergencies. I think the issues that you're facing, which for me was definitely not emergency. You know what I mean? That I came to the ER because I felt that was definitely an emergency and they needed to check it ASAP. Speaking of which, issues still persisting right now as we speak. As I'm working on this live stream right now, those issues are still there. They're still ongoing. So yeah, no one's done anything about it. And I'm pretty much sitting down here just questioning every single second, every single day, every single time I wake up and I have symptoms of what's going on. I question what the hell's going on and what will happen. So just letting you guys know, if you didn't see the journal, because I know YouTube, you can't post a journal. Yeah, it's still going on. Oh, it's not good. Oi, squeegee. Oh, cool. I wasn't looking at the live stream on YouTube, but they mentioned that the sound is nice and neat and is working properly, which is good. I like to know that. That's a little while ago though. Apologies for everybody who's sitting down in the live stream and wondering why the hell I'm tediously poking at the same section of the art. My bad. Oh, no, we're not doing that. I know the fingernails look a little goofy. I must apologize about those goofy looking fingers, but I'm leaving it just like that. By the way, usually when I buy stuff, I look at the reviews first before I go purchasing something that sucks. But for some reason, this hospital visit was something that I never actually looked into before going there. Yeah, that brand new hospital has like the most 1-star reviews I've ever seen, including my own, because I added my own 1-star review to their hospital, just, you know, for my very poor experience. But yeah, I was on the hospital bed and I was calling the front and I was like, yeah, you know, my doctor is giving me like no help at all and I need help right now. Like the condition's still ongoing. So, does the patient have a choice in doctors? You know, can a patient request another doctor to come check them out, get a second opinion or something? And they were like, nah, you can't do that. Whatever doctor you get is when you come through the door is the doctor you're stuck with. If that doctor sucks, you're just screwed. And of course, if you wish to get a second opinion from another doctor, that doctor can refer you to another doctor at another hospital or facility, but you can't stay at this one. I was like, oh, well, that's fantastic. I'm glad that you mentioned all those good stuff. I was still in that phone call while the nurses and doctors was coming to the room angry and looking like they were going to scream at me or something because I was I was trying to get more help than I was supposedly allotted. Not that they were helping me out in the first place, but still. It really does suck. That's life in America, man. I heard Canada's got its own issues as well, so running to Canada is probably not the ideal choice. But I think Canada's healthcare is definitely better than here. I don't mind waiting for a while. Alright, looks like we're just about done adding all these lines in here. Oh wait, probably not. There's one more. Looks like there's one line from here all the way down that's coming from this like neck thing that he's got going on here. Completely forgot about that one. Let's go ahead and dabble that one inside there just to make sure that's in there. There we go. Swell. Oh man, that sucks. I really hope that he's better now. What do you mean, Nicholas? Explain yourself. Guess it's not a video about not failing at art. I'm not failing at art, I'm pretty sure I'm not. I don't think anyone is. Everybody can do art. It might not be the best art, but it's still good. And it's still art, for that matter. Which means that if you can do art, you succeeded at doing art. changing this up a little bit. Only because I'm a little confused about what the hell's going on down here. Confusing. Very confusing. It's in fact not... I can't understand that. I think I can't understand it enough that I'm just going to keep it a ball and move along. Why fight something that you don't understand? Alright, I'm going to go ahead and merge all the layers visibly. Yep, there we go. And then I'm going to eyeball all the individual parts of this drawing that I took forever to draw just to make sure everything looks kind of straight. What is going on right here? Why is that line so fat? Never mind. It's fine. Whatever. Anyway, let's look more around here. That tail looks a little bit too pointy, so I'm going to get rid of that point. You're right. I think with that adjustment, everything is not fine and dandy. Where is the background layer? There it is. I think I thought I lost the background layer, but there it is. It's back. All right. I'm sorry about that spider bite, but I really do hope he's gotten better since that. That sounds really unfortunate that you had to go through that. That's just devastating. Alright, I'm going to test the background out just a little bit to see what the background looks like. Ooh, nice. Alright. I'm not going to put the background in yet because I feel like the background is just going to be way too distracting for me, so let's leave the background out for now. We'll get back to it a little bit later. And like I said before, I did the background beforehand. Or at least I did a majority of the background beforehand to conserve on time, despite the fact that the live stream is going way too long. Yeah. Alright, let's get some of these colors in here. This is the first time I've ever drawn this character, so it's fairly interesting to see the character come together the very first time ever. It's also a little bit stressful because there is no reference for this character. There's no reference that I can really go to and say, yeah, is that drawn correctly or something like that. There's nothing I can go to. There's basically nothing I can fall to because this is the first one, or the first time it's ever been drawn. And that's where a little bit of the stress comes in. Only a little stress though. Yeah. Get a little bit of tail. I think the tail is like the same gray. These rings here. You know what, I could be wrong though. Someone's probably drawn this before. I learned that the hard way. And these are all stuff. Usually someone's already thought about the same idea and probably has already drawn it. Whoa, that is just so poor. Let's go check out that tail, shall we? Yep, looks like I left a big hole right here. Two of them actually. It's not gonna be white chocolate very long. It's gonna be more white, like snow. Hopefully that makes you feel thirsty. I don't freaking know what that will do for you, but nonetheless, yeah, it's gonna be like snow soon. I'm gonna change it. The yellow is nice. I'm not gonna complain there. It does look kind of good. I don't think that's gonna stay like that very long. The character originally has a lot more white in it, and just because the anime sometimes the color is a little off, I went with this. But yeah. Well, I mean, this is not a Pokemon from anything, so that's the reason why this is so freaking difficult, because it's Snivy and this combined. But it's not like I can go online and say, well, you know, I'm a little stuck, so I'm going to check out and see some of these references. Nope. No references for me. What is going... Oh my god, no way. No way. Let me see how much we lost. How much L did we take? Nope. This is why you lock the ink layer, so you don't accidentally draw on it. Hey there, bud. How you doing? And also, by the way, I forgot. Sonic, you're awesome, man. Thank you so much. I swear, I didn't see you. I didn't see you follow there. It's just like I didn't see ya. I'm getting so many freaking I'm getting so many Twitch followers today. I don't know about YouTube subscribers, but Twitch followers are like just flowing in compared to usual. So that's a really nice plus. I think it makes me want to actually draw more stuff on here. Like, I'm not even sure how many I get when I'm doing Picardo, but I don't think it's anywhere near this number. Like daily when I live stream on Picardo, so huh. You guys are giving me ideas. You're feeding them to me. Alright. Remember that white chocolate you were talking about? I'm gonna have to get rid of some of that. Hey there, Green. Green 13 has just popped up on YouTube. I've never met them before, but they seem interesting. This multi-stream thing's kind of weird. Alright, so as for the bodily colors, let's go with... I'm not going to go super white because super white's stupid. I'm going to go with this gray looking color here. I might actually go with the super white, actually. Let's do it. Let's make this character pop out more. Here we go. It looks confusing. Okay, I think that will do it for the amount of highlight that I needed to add to that part. It still looks okay. The character doesn't look like it's changed very much. It does look different than it looked a moment ago, but it's not that bad. Let's add some of the shadow, or at least a little more of the shadows in, and see how that changes things a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't look worse when I do this, because sometimes it does that, or at least it has the tendency to do that. Okay, cool. I'll be honest with you 100%. I have absolutely no idea how to make this portion of the character darker. It's kind of like got a cross between this yellow and something else going on down here, and it's very confusing to me. I have no clue. I can just make up something. I can use this gray looking color right here. I can probably change that to more like this greenish looking color here. Nonetheless, still confused. Doesn't really matter which way I do it. Ooh, that did not do anything. What is that? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna force some shadows onto this drawing. Let's do that first. That's how you know I'm lost. Alright, let's go and grab those colors there, and then we're going to fill in the entire area with this, with this paintbrush tool. There we go, and then I'm going to copy out, well, I was supposed to copy it before I filled it. Edit copy, then go forward, and then paste it inside of it. I'm an idiot. Did I copy the right layer? No, I didn't. Okay, let's do it. Alright, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to duplicate this twice because I'm going to have to do this 2 times in a row. So let's take away that first one, and then we're going to drag it. And this is going to give us our shadow, sort of, kind of. Like the cheapest, cheesiest shadow I can ever pull together, but I mean, that's as good as it gets for me when it comes to adding in shadows. I can probably do better than this, but it'll take a alarmingly long time. I don't got time for that. Alright, there we go. I think this layer is supposed to be underneath it. Yeah. Now I can just erase away when I don't need to show. So I can get that in there. Oh, no, we're not doing that. By the way, guys, this is a real lazy way to do this. There's a way you can do this that's not lazy. It takes a little bit longer, but it looks better. If you guys want to try this out for yourself, I guess. Yeah, apply it. You know what? This is annoying me so much that I just want to freaking outright splash it with the white. Oh, went overboard with that one, but that's okay. Yeah, forget it. That two-tone thing that was going on down there is just bugging the lights out of me. Also, I couldn't figure out what was going to go on down here in this section because it's supposed to end right up here at the top. So all that magic that I was adding didn't make any sense at all. And this section right here is the end of this. So it basically ends at the top. There's no reason why this should have been yellow in the first place. Now we'll probably do some strange, mysterious things in the center of the tail here to kind of like blend things together. Again, not necessary, but you know, I have to bring that yellow in somewhere else on the character or it won't be a Snivy, so there it is. Enjoy, kids or adults. I'm not sure who's watching right now. Oh, I mean, you can just make your own colors, but that's kind of like reinventing the wheel. That's what I tell people all the time. Like, if you're interested in drawing stuff and you wanted to make it look like the original, Use the original colors to the best of your ability. Pokemon did not invent colors. They sure as hell know how to use colors well, but no matter what, like even with swatches, they didn't invent them. You can see color, so no matter what, you can't just say, well, those are Pokemon colors. Nope. Those are grays, greens, and different shades of white, whatever comes through the color spectrum. Which means you can use them whichever way you want. Pokemon can't go and copyright colors. Technically they can't. So I would say use as many colors as you can, sample as many colors as you can, because it'll help you. You don't have to sit around and reinvent the wheel every single time you go in Raw and try to remake, like, create new colors and stuff. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying that you can't do that. What you're trying to do is pretty good. It's pretty good to learn how to create colors on your own. I'm just saying it's not necessary for all applications, sir. I'm trying to go as fast as I can because, of course, this is supposed to be like a time-lapse thing, and I'm supposed to make a time-lapse after this. I am not going fast at all. Like, it's just taking me my sweet time. Not deliberately either. It's just that I'm not as fast as I was before when I was doing this on a regular. Hey, by the way, my video just hit 9 likes. 9 likes. 9 people like this video on YouTube. 9. Which is not bad. It's pretty decent. But it's also the total amount of people that are on my YouTube video. Oh, there's no way. This is not. Go up there. Skip that. I already know this is not a royalty free music. I already know it. I'm not even going to try and play it because I already know it's not. Like last time I was sitting down there and I was playing that soundtrack, I got copyright strike on the last video for that. So, and there's another track coming up in this playlist that is definitely not as well, so I gotta keep my ears open. As soon as I hear it start, I gotta get rid of that track. Because if I don't, then I'm gonna get strike again a second time in a row. Oh, cool. Wait, what? Oh yeah, it's 10 likes. You added a like. I know you you did this. This is your fault. You totally added a like. I'm sorry, I didn't look at this. Nicholas is giving me all the good stuff, man. Is Twitch the easy way out? Everyone's telling me when I was trying to live stream on YouTube that I should probably invest into Twitch more than I should YouTube. But I don't see the reason why. If you can live stream on both Twitch and YouTube, why not live stream on both Twitch and YouTube? You know what I mean? There's no reason why you would pick another over the other. That makes no sense. You can do both. I will say, since you can do both, I would say doing both is probably not something that will hurt you. It doesn't cost you anymore. I'm an idiot. I just erased the whole entire thing. I was like, wait. I'm supposed to erase this part of it, but I'm not supposed to erase everything. There we go. Merge those two layers together. Merge everything together. Merge layers. Duplicate those layers. Merge those layers down. Then on that fill layer, fill everything in. You guys have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm getting tired. I'm getting delirious. And I have not done a single thing of taxes, so I'm pretty sure as soon as I get up, whatever time I get up, I'm going to be stressing over taxes. Which I can't even freaking afford. What is that on me? Get away. Alright, there we go. Let me check the background again, see if this works a little better with the background than I have already pre-selected. That looks really nice. I think the whiter it gets, the better it looks when it comes to this drawing, of course. This section should be the darker orange. Definitely, 100% that should be the darker orange. Don't know how I didn't see that before, but definitely 100%. No doubt in my mind that should have been whatever that is right now. So let's go ahead and add some... we're going to add some shadows to this. We're going to add some magic to that one right there. Using our magic of whatever this is right here, we're going to make that look shiny-ish. I think I'm going to do another one in the middle. Nope, that doesn't work. And I already knew it wasn't going to work already, but I still tried it anyway like an idiot. Okay. You know, usually when that doesn't work, I just go ahead and change the line pixel size to like 2. That is way too big. That is horrendous. Let's make that a 1. Oh, that hurts so bad. I don't even know what that was. Ow. That felt weird. Oh, I feel better now. I don't know what it was though. Let's use the circle tool inside that section. It's gonna be rasterized, but that's good. That's what we want. Okay, that didn't rasterize anything. I'm not sure what happened there. It's confusing to me. I need a little bit of a brighter color at the very end, and I think this is the color that I need, but I think if I use this brush tool, it's going to do some odd stuff at the bottom there. Oh yeah, it's doing some weird stuff. Not the stuff that I want, but hey, you never know. It might actually turn out looking good after I mess around with it a little bit. I'm gonna probably just put the background in now, just so I can see kind of what's going on behind it. Ooh, that's terrible. Horrible. What happened to the main background that I created? Oh, that's not good. I did want mountains, but I didn't want the thing to look like it's the size of the planet. And there's another layer in here. Let me enable that. Maybe that'll help me out a little bit. Help me salvage it. Nope. I mean, it did something, but it didn't do what I wanted it to do at all. Let's open a background layer and find that that empty background that had nothing in it. There we go. I think the section of the background that I do want is this part right here. This is the part that has pretty much everything I'm looking for in it. And it's on this side as well, but that's too far away. Let's try this side. This is what I want. And I have a background just like that that has a lot more of it, but right now I'm feeling too lazy. You know, my Snivy looking like it's 10,000 feet tall. So for now I'm gonna paste this. Paste that right over here. See, I can't do that. I can't paste it over there. Because the mountains is not that high. Okay, so what I can do, this is what I can do. I can take away all this bad stuff that's causing me problems, and it's also making my Snivy look like it's floating in space. So I can take away all this here. Just about to the skyline. And I can copy that, and I can paste it. And I don't know if that has everything on it, but all I gotta do is just move it up here. And by doing so, I kind of bring this fine character down to space, well, bring it down to Earth a little bit. By the way, if you don't recognize this drawing, this background, this is the one that came from, or at least this was heavily referenced from the drawing that I did with the Dragonite. No, this is the Dragonite one. Okay, good. So where it is right now, now I can definitely take this section of drawing here. And this is not, by the way, this is not the background that I really want to use, but the unfortunate fact of the matter is all the other backgrounds that I really want to use are not YouTube friendly. Let's call them those. Those are like Picardo TV edition of drawings, so I can't use any of those. That's not a bad thing. That's fine. You know what it means for this live stream though? It means that I may have to draw a lot more background than I intended on drawing, which is also not a bad thing. Why not? I can do a little background art tutorial, sorta, kinda. Nonetheless, the temptation to open that other drawing and throw in the background from it was really high, but I just realized that if I did that, then of course I can't have this video on YouTube, so yeah, I'm not gonna do that. That was really high. We're getting there. Slow and steady, of course. Let me see what other fragments of this drawing I can use to make this work into my favor. Kind of hard to see from here what I can actually use, but I think if I make the mountains go down to this valley on the other side, I think I can definitely get this whole entire sky inside there, which will look good. Which will also mean I can get some of this mountain kind of cut down a little bit. Let's see if I can do that. That'd be pretty dang nice. Let's find out. Using our abilities. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. 100%. I can do that. Yeah, I can definitely get that valley in there. But it will mean that I will have to take that mountain down to size, like, for sure on that part. Which is not a bad thing. I think I can do that. Let's go ahead and merge that down, and I'll take and see if I can sneak that mountain inside there using this background right here. Oh boy, I don't know what that was that I just did, but it wasn't good. Okay. Yeah, that's the background we already have. We can't do much with that. I might be able to just erase the mountain out of it. Or you know what? Let me see if I can sneak the mountain into the background of this. But like at a lower opacity or something. Nope. The clouds won't allow it. If I did this, those trees would be so enormously large that it wouldn't even make practical sense to have it like that. It looks like it's like four-dimensional, and that mountain is like Mount Everest. It's like so big. Four-dimensional. I think I can even be capable of drawing all four dimensions. Alright. So I think the most logical thing for me to do is to knock out the sky area of this drawing altogether and just go with clouds, and then I'll just increase the depth of where the Snivy character is standing. So I'll do that in a moment. I wanted to do another mountain in the background on this side, but I can't do it yet. Gotta get that sky all nice and finalized first. I don't know why I copied all of this good stuff in there as well. Delete that. I see why I did. Never mind. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to raise the saturation of the eye, and that's not a biggie. I don't know why I decided to go with like a lower saturation anyway, because the character has really bright well, originally the character has very high saturation in the eyes, but that looks good. I mean, I can't say it looks bad other than the fact that the light kind of repeats itself twice, and it should probably not do that. You know what? Let's just make that whole thing blue. Why not? We'll come back to it and we'll figure it out later on. We don't have time for that right now. Time is a wasting, and I don't want to waste anyone's time. Ooh, nice. The brush is like as tiny as I can imagine it. This is like a sky, a mountain in the sky right there. Let's go ahead and knock that out of the sky and leave it as a nice little blue sky, and that'll be nice. Perfect. I can't complain with that. Now that we have that out of the way, as a matter of fact, let me get some of those clouds out of the sky as well. And we'll make this more lighter blue. Great, merge that down. Okay, good. So on this main layer, we're gonna have this weird background garbo happening. I don't know what's going on right there. How's that thing even overlapping? Is this merged to something special? Apparently so, because I can't erase it. So this is overlapping that main layer, and the main layer has nothing behind it, so it's just, that's blank. Oh, that's some confusing stuff. Alright, let's get rid of everything that I've added, because I want to see just where the background comes in. I mean the mountain, sorry. So I want to get rid of that mountain that's in the background here, but I also want to bring it back in another shape. Are you kidding me? Okay, cool. I guess I'll just use my blue brush. Here we go. Blue brush applied. I'm not sure I'm working my way around the character's face like the character's on the same layer, because it's not. I don't know why I'm doing that. Someone stop me. Okay, cool. I like that. So what I'm trying to do, and I can't go back and check the original layer, the original art that this came from, or the background that I created, of course. I'm not ripping off anyone's stuff. I actually made this background a while ago. I just take way too long to make it now, so that's why I'm doing this. Merge down. Alright, so there's literally no other layer that has the mountains on it, which means if I don't have the mountains already pre-selected, I'm just screwed. So that, what you just saw there was the mountains, and now I can't actually have the mountains. So yeah, this is all the mountain that remains. You know what? I don't need the mountains. I don't need to add more mountains. I know I'm trying to convince myself that it's a thing that I need, but I don't technically need it. I think it looks fine the way it is. I'm not trying to shortchange anybody here with this lack of mountainous region. But I don't think that I can actually make the mountains work any further in anyways. So I think we're going to stick with what we got here. And I'm going to merge all this down together to make for one layer. There we go. In fact, I'll merge the background layer down to that one as well, so I don't have to worry about that background layer ever again. I like this depth a little better. I like what was going on in the background as well. I just don't think that that grass was working as well. Maybe some more of the pebbles that ended up at his foot. Why does it keep erasing away? Like, I'm trying to erase the thing and I'm getting this blue brush. It's like, oh yeah, you want to erase that? Oh, my bad, sorry. Lord, is itchy. Don't do this to me, friend. Okay, I think that looks planted, sorta, kinda. I'm not gonna say that it's not. I'm gonna take some of that center section over here that is already down here, and I'm gonna use that as well. Not saying I'm lazy. I'm just not trying. I'm not feeling like working on the background right now, or not putting like a ton of work into the background. I tried to plan ahead so I didn't have to open something that had like stuff in it. As you guys know, I draw stuff. And that is kind of backfired today because the drawings that have the stuff in it are actually the drawings that I need at the moment, and I don't have that. So now I can't actually access the stuff. That's okay. Stuff not needed. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna merge this layer right down in the middle there. Actually, I want to actually get that clearing in the background back. Yeah, it looks way good. That looks real good right there. Let's get that darker part right here at the bottom back. That looks good. That looks good. That's a really good start. I'm gonna get rid of that whatever is going on in the background right over here in this corner. That's not necessary at all. Don't know what that was about, but it's gone now. Alright, let me go look at this mountainous region. Oh, cool. You are a lucky fellow. I'm glad that you enjoy your mountain views. I never get to see the mountains. I live in Maryland, where the mountains are presently not here. They're just not anywhere near here. I think Hagerstown has some mountains, but it's nothing like where you are. Where you are based right now, you have all the goodies, my friend. You're well off. Okay, I'm gonna try my freaking hardest to take these clouds right here and somehow manage to get them to work with that mountain ridge. The likeliness that it's not gonna work is extremely high, so fingers are not crossed. I already know it's probably not gonna work, but still. What's that? I thought I saw something on YouTube. Oh yeah. Guys, I still do have 9 likes on YouTube on this video, which is amazing. I don't think I can recall the last time I had a live stream like this that had 9 likes on the video, like already in the live stream portion of it. Like usually it'd have to go like to like YouTube, like it has to be like finalized and everything, and then the likes start to smear in there. Hold on a second. Alright, here we go. Here we go. I'll like start usually coming in after. Bro, I'm taking forever to ink and clean up behind Snivy's head. Like, the mountains are hidden behind his head almost entirely. There is no seeing the rest of the mountain. That's it. That's all you get. So why am I fighting so hard to save that and preserve that little portion of mountain? Good, fine question, isn't it? Alright, I do want to take some of this mountain right here and just move it over to the other side. Maybe I can get that to look good. You never know. You never know these things, friend. Copy that. Paste it. Image adjustments, hue and saturation. I think it's going to be more blue. You know what, I'll just go over with this brush here. Nope, wrong color. At least I didn't choose color or saturation. I think we need to do less than 100% on that. So I'm going to cut this section of mountain out right here. Everything that's behind Snivy's body does not need to be hidden away, so I can just move this over like that. And there you go. You have some mountain ridges that are exposed and or desaturated. Of course, that's hidden behind that little ridge thingy. That doesn't need to even be in there. And get that out of there. That is officially in the video. That is in the video permanently. Let me go ahead and pardon the interruptions. I see that you are here, and welcome. By the way, there was someone else with green. Green 13 is in YouTube. So, I'm gonna take a wild guess and say green 13 that's in YouTube and green 13 that's in here. It's the same green 13. I could be wrong, though. You never know these things. That looks dreamy. It's wrong, but it looks good. Alright, let's go ahead and trim this mountain down to size. I'm gonna actually merge everything together. Except for that center section right there where it's completely wrong. I need to get that out of there. It looks good. It looks kind of weird. It kind of gives it like this weird look to it. You know what? I might cut down that mountain a little bit too. So you know what? Let's leave it inside there and see how creative we can get with this idea right here that's going on. All right, now if everything merged down, we are ready for business. I'm going to assume. I'm going to use some of this purplish blue right here in the background to kind of bring that background forward a little bit. Whoa, I mean, no, move it back into the future. All right. That looks good. That looks good. That does look like it's going back in the distance. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do over here in this area is I'm going to actually open it up. So I'm going to use this ridge right here. I'm going to use this ridge right here, copy that. I'm going to paste it right underneath those trees so it looks like those trees are on these ledges, sort of, kind of. Oh, come on. Okay, I'm gonna leave that open the way it was before. And the lush green looks good, but I don't think I want to have it look like that. So if it can step back, one step back will definitely help a lot with improving this whole look, appearance. You know what I mean? Alright, now I'm gonna go to war with the mountain. By the way, this mountain war does not need to actually happen. As a matter of fact, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do something special. I'm gonna hide Photoshop so I can actually go into the file and get the mountains that I require without having to go through all this effort. So give me a second real quick, because I already know it's gonna look not so great. So one moment, stand by for a second. Alright, open that. Alright, here we are. Yeah, there's literally like no good way to open this. Alright, let's go. I'm just gonna drag the background over after I save, of course, because sometimes Photoshop CS3 crashes when you drag things over from one document to another. Uh-oh. I think YouTube may have caught that, though. Because, no. Streamlabs has it still, but I think YouTube may have caught the bad parts of the drawing. I was like, what is that? What am I looking at? Oh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Yeah. I'll edit it out later. Alright. So... it's gonna take some editing, though. Got to go through the whole video and edit that. Alright, yeah, I forgot that if you, there's two different live streams going on. Oh, wait, you saw, which one was it? Was it YouTube or was it, I don't even freaking remember which one it was. It was one of the two of these. If it was Twitch, then I have to get rid of, well, no, I don't have to get rid of Twitch. I can delete it. There's an editor in Twitch, I just don't know how to use it. It's very annoying. Really nice pain in the tail. So, I don't like the Twitch editor that much. Okay, this mountain looks way better than the one I was using before, so... On that note... Oh, was it? So it was YouTube? It was YouTube one? Yeah. Well, I'm using both of them, though. So even with Picardo, see, if you think about it, Picardo and YouTube, doesn't really matter which one I use. I can't stream on both. So I forgot, like, if you stand by in the one on Streamlabs, whatever the hell it is, you still have to stand by in also the one that's streaming on YouTube, because one doesn't control the other. And the same would go for hiding Photoshop in, what you call it? The same would go for hiding Photoshop in, I guess, any of these. It doesn't really matter. Whichever way you do it, it's still gonna pop up. What the hell is First Stream? Wait, is there a new live stream out there that I didn't know about? Called First Stream? What's that? How come I didn't know about it? Okay. It's okay, it's an easy fix. I can fix it later on. I'll fix it at the end of this live stream. It just means a little more editing, but I'll get it. Delete later. There's a big hole in the sky for some mysterious magical reason. Guess we can get rid of that too. Whoa! Hold on, don't delete any layers. I was deleting layers and not realizing that what I'm deleting is actually what I need to have in this thing in order to make it work. I don't know what he's talking about. Bunnies, what are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about Picardo as being First Stream? Yeah, it's sort of, kind of. Don't necessarily like to edit stuff after I'm done, but... Well, I don't like to have to do unnecessary editing after I'm done, but... I will for this live stream. Because of the exposure. As you know. Exposure is not good for anything. Alright, let's copy out. I think I'm going to copy out this mountain ridge right here that I better use this for all the unnecessary amount of time that I'm going to have to sit around editing a video that really didn't need to be edited because it's a live stream. I might as well use as much as possible out of it. That's all I need. Let's get that mountain ridge out of there. That's a fine looking mountain ridge. I'm gonna make this look a little bit smaller. Oh yeah, that looks good. That looks like a lot of mountain. I like the fact that it's lower than the other side, which makes it look better, in my opinion. That's just opinion, right? These. I have no idea, but my question again was, I don't know which one it was. Which one did I? Which one did I? I think it was the Streamlabs one, which was Twitch. It wasn't the other one. I could be wrong. It could have been the other one too. I don't know. One of them still broadcasted the thing because it's not. It's I think it's the regular OBS. It's not like on Streamlabs. I don't know which one it was. That whatever which one that one's, I have to edit. If it's on what do you call it? If it's on, I think both of them have an editor though. Never mind. Scratch that now. Yeah, mountain looks good. I think the only mountain that needs work right now is this one right here, and that's the one that I'm kind of troubled with because it's not easy. Let's merge it down. There we go. That looks okay. I can accept that. Oh, okay, so it's YouTube. Okay, cool. Okay, I'm glad that it's on YouTube because I can actually edit that one pretty dang easy. I'm not sure much about the other one though. So YouTube is the one that caught the expletives. Oh, cool. I don't think that Twitch bots are watching. I think that Twitch has... No, I don't think the admins are watching. I think that just bots watching. Twitch has got bots, dude. And so does YouTube. YouTube's got bots, too. Everyone's got bots. Little robots. You know what? I'm going to make that mountain shorter. I don't like the idea of making the sky lighter, so I'm going to take this wonderful cloud ridge right here. All this that looks so good right here in the sky. That belongs to a different drawing entirely. I'm going to take that. I'm going to copy. And then I'm going to paste it. Copy. And then I'm going to delete it. Boop. Alright, so with this fine information that I have here, okay. Looks like the sky might be a little bit too, we'll have to see. I don't want to make the mountains too short, because if the mountain's too short, that doesn't work. Darn it, YouTube. It's not YouTube's fault, it's Picardo's fault. There we go. Alright, let's go toss that mountain in there. Also, I have to apologize to everybody who's sitting around wondering why the hell I'm taking so godforsaken long in the background. In all honesty, I have no excuse for that part. I just don't. There's no excuse at all. It just takes me a long time to do backgrounds. And that's about it. I got nothing. I got literally nothing. You would think I had some sort of other sub-explanation as to why. I don't. That one mountain looks kind of strange. And I'm trying to figure out a way to make it look less strange, but I don't think I can. It looks weird. It's like the other side of his head looks fine. That looks good. I think it's just because I'm trying to do too much with trying to censor the mountain ridge. I think it looks fine the way it is. Like the height of it looks fine. So what I'm going to do is just exactly what was supposed to be done initially, which is take this mountain right here and try to extend it as far as I can. Let's do it. Oh god, that looks repetitive. It's not supposed to, but it does. Alright. I don't really like drawing in this stuff, hence why I took the risk and went to one of my old drawings and tried to salvage as much background as I could possibly get, but unfortunately looks like I'm still going through and dabbling anyway. I like the height on this mountainside here, but I don't think that yeah, I like the height on that. I'm gonna keep that actually. You know what? Hell with it. Let's go with it. Why not? Let's see what we got back here. So this part can just come into the mountain on this side. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so it looks like for the sky part of this, I can just erase away all this nonsense that's up here that doesn't really actually do anything. And you know what? I'm going to give this one final painstaking try to get these clouds into that section of the drawing without having to actually redraw it all over again. I like to recycle my backgrounds as much as possible. So this is this is normal for me. So I'm going to select this whole section of the mountain pretty jaggedly. Alright, go ahead and paste into. That looks sort of goofy. It looks cleaner, but it's still weird. Why does it look weird? Okay, that looks good. That looks good if I turn it a little bit. That looks good. That looks really good. That looks good. I think I can definitely get this cloud right here into the background, and that will settle the score. Oh, didn't really settle the score, but it did something. All right, let's go here. Merge that down. I can just erase that out of the sky. It's not even there. That looks good. That looks really good. I think for this side right here, I can just go with the simple gradient, or I can go with the side right here that has the stars but without the clouds. Let's go ahead and get just as barely as much as the clouds as I can grab and paste it in there. We got 11 o'clock. Yeah, not bad. Okay, I think I copied more than what I wanted, for sure. Oh yeah, that's the spot. That hits the sweet spot. I like that. I will definitely accept that one. And you know what? I might actually go in for seconds just to get that star looking thing. I'm gonna go in for seconds and grab just these stars out of here. All these ones right there. Copy those, and I'm just gonna paste them right there in front of this weird character's face. And okay, I don't know why that merged everything together, but okay. Let's look at that distance. That looks good. That definitely seems like there's some distance happening down there. I think for the remaining parts of the mountain, I can just figure that out on my own. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna be too bad. All right, for the ground in front of him though, this ground, it can't be at the level that it's at. It has to be a little bit higher. You can do several things to make that a little bit higher. I can use this right here. Why not? That doesn't hurt. I don't have to. I can just make something up, but I like it. I like making like a little platform area. And I love using my previous backgrounds to make new backgrounds, especially if it doesn't, you know, take a lot of time. Yeah, that looks good. That already looks good right there. That really does help plant his foot right there in the drawing. You know what I mean? It looks better, but since that part underneath there is not dark enough, it doesn't look like he's standing in that spot yet. And I'm gonna work on that for sure, but let's look at something. Nope. Saw too much. I'm using Photoshop CS3, which is the oldest grandfather. That's not the oldest, but I think it's the first one when they brought out the warp tool and all these other ones. And I just never stopped using CS3. It's good. It's a good program. I'll fix that later. That part's not too difficult. In fact, I can go through right now and I could just fill in the darker colors down there, and that'll help resolve the issues with this one right away. Oh, the other background? You don't want to know. I never used the final image, but sounds good. I wouldn't be surprised. Like I said at the beginning of this live stream, I definitely would not be surprised if someone had come up with this idea already. You know, that's like, I wouldn't be surprised. Or a similar idea to it, you know what I mean? That wouldn't be surprising to me at all. I think it's a good idea, so if you came up with an idea like this one, I appreciate that. That's nice. Beautiful. Deltad, how you doing, buddy? As you can see, I'm busy addressing old artwork. Trying to get some art that has been on the to-do list out of the to-do list. I even worked on something that was commissioned. Well, it wasn't necessarily commissioned. It was more or less like a request that I made myself that turned into a commission 8 years later. Well, 9 years later. But that's mainly because 9 years later I still haven't finished it. I still haven't got it done yet. That's a long time for someone to wait for something to get done. But like I said, it was a request on the commission. Alright, I'm going to save it. I think that the progress on this is good. It's not done yet. There's a few small, intricate things that need to be done here and there, and after I do those things, then this will be definitely done. I'm not going to do it today. I might have another live stream tomorrow for the finale of this one, but I also might not. I might just go ahead and do the time-lapse and post the time-lapse video as a finale, just because I feel like the video for doing the end part of this drawing will be too short to make for a good YouTube video. I mean, it's just gonna be a few minutes of me going